What is up, y'all? Nick here. Welcome to the starting line. This is the National Rock Racing Association's. Usually during the race season, it's a weekly news update. Since we are in the off season, we've kind of cut back a little bit. Scott Henson joining in. How are you, sir? A couple of things that I just want to get out of the way real quick, and I'm not going to keep you long tonight. First of all, I just want you guys to check out the countdown. We are 66 days away from being back at Bridgeport. If you guys look back to the beginning of this season, Bridgeport was canceled due to crazy storms that happened around that same time. Speaking of crazy storms, I want to give a shout out and send some love to everybody that was affected by that crazy weather phenomenon that went on a day or so ago. I'm praying for y'all, and the National Rock Racing Association is praying for y'all as well. So please, hit us up, let us know, man. And I know everybody's going through a lot, but wanna always be there for our bouncer family. That's for sure. Miss Tiffany Porter, countdown. Heck yeah, I started counting down after finals. Tiffany, come on now. Also, where I'm gonna be going over some rules and stuff. If you want to follow along, the website is scrolling right above me there. Great website. Clyde and the crew really have put together a no frills. It's all business type of website. Real quick, I just want to make sure everybody can hear me okay. I am working with a new mic. I'm excited about it, but just want to make sure there's no issues with that. Where's everybody watching from today, man? What's everybody been up to? I haven't been live for a couple of weeks now, and I feel like I've kind of been left out of the loop, man. But just want to get all my shares in, and then I'd also ask that y'all do the same as well. It really helps the series grow. It helps the sport grow. It helps the drivers and their race programs grow. So, definitely like and share and ask these guys questions, man. Bebo's on here. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Charles Caris, High Octane Films, joining in. So, if you're a fan of the sport, man, and you ever have any questions, I mean, that's all I was when I started doing this. I was just a fan, and I was just numb enough to walk up to Charles Caris and be like, "Hey, can I hold a camera for you?" That's really how it started. You talk about these bouncer drivers who spend time and money and blood, sweat, and tears building these bouncers. They absolutely love to talk about it. So if you have any questions, man, hit these guys up and go check out their social media and show them some love, man, for real. So what I wanted to get to with this episode, for one, I want to give everybody a heads up that the second round of pre-registration for the National Rock Racing Association is live and is gonna be over December 31st. Okay, so New Year's. All savings that will be possible for pre-registration for the 2022 season will be up. That'll be it. From then on out, it'll be full price. On into the season. Chris Grigg joining us. What's up, man? From North Carolina, driving that bomb-proof Jeep, racing with us this year. I absolutely love that thing. We're going to be talking about the VIN class. And Chris, listen, I used your rig as a I used what I was going for was the look. I know that Chris Grigg has built a monster of a Jeep, and it hung with some of the best built rock bouncers on the planet this year. when I posted that Chris's rig was a perfect example, I was looking more for like the look. You know what I mean? I wasn't. I know that parts wise, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit because again, there is not much Jeep left to that Jeep. Trust me. But so I apologize if that screwed anybody up, and I definitely appreciate the feedback from Chris and others who've said maybe using that Jeep is not the best, example. So I apologize for that. I'm rambling though. Here we go. Let's talk about the VIN class real quick. Vehicle must retain the original VIN in the original location. So cab's got to be there somewhere. You know what I mean? Miss Deanna Carroll checking in. Hey, just bought a new You bought a new buggy, Miss Deanna? That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Chris, I appreciate it, brother. Vehicle must retain 75% of the original frame and body. So, let's say you're building a Toyota. What would you say? Like a dovetail? I see a dovetailed, maybe hack off the bed a little bit, dovetail in the front, dovetail in the rear. That's keeping everything right with a. I'm just bench building right now what I would build, but let's keep going on and see what else we can do here. Vehicle must retain the OEM firewall, but can be modified for the purpose of adding a roll cage. Okay, and having a firewall is a must. Come on now. 6-point minimum roll cage tied into the frame. If roll cage is damaged or dented and jeopardizes the structural ability of the cage, NRRA officials will determine if the rig is safe to race. Guys, we just want y'all to be safe, man. We just want y'all to be safe. Let's put some tunes on here. Firewall, that's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? But let's move on here. Steering components may be modified but must retain some type of mechanical steering linkage. All right, so we could have hydro assist, huh? Suspension don't. That's how I read that. How do y'all read that? Billy McGrath checking in. How do y'all read that? Steering components may be modified but must retain some type of mechanical steering linkage. So I say, okay, we'll keep the original steering on there, but we're going to have a little hydro assist. You know what I mean? Is that how y'all read that? Suspension configuration must remain stock, but can be modified for lifting or strengthening, meaning leaf springs must remain leaf springs, coil springs must remain as coil springs, torsion bars must remain as torsion bars. Y'all listen, if you are bringing a torsion bar rig, if you are bringing a rig that's got torsion bars in the front, man, good on you. I'm going to be excited filming that. Chris Greek says very open. So I'm assuming you're agreeing with me, Chris. All right. Tires must be DOT maximum outside diameter of 38 inches or equivalent as specified on the tire sidewall by the original manufacturer. So 38 inches. What tire are you going to go with? Who in here is going to be racing in that class? I know I've heard of a couple. 5-point harnesses is the minimum requirements for seatbelts. Again, safety, no doubt about it. DOT helmet must be worn and buckled at all times. Hans neck brace is required. Foam neck braces do not qualify, y'all. Listen, the foam neck thing is just. Any failure to meet these safety rules may result in a penalty. Don't get that penalty. Wrist restraints or window nets, roof panels are required. Any arm that can extend beyond the roll cage must be secured by wrist restraints. Fire suit must be worn while racing. 2-layer minimum. I just got my 2-layer minimum jacket. I got to pick up my pants. So I'll be ready to race. Eye protection is required. All occupants must be secure before the car moves, no doubt. Must have manual kill switch that shuts off fuel pump and ignition with one switch and is easily reached by the driver and passenger. That is a big one, y'all. And make sure that when you're up on that starting line, show these guys, man. We always have the same safety guys up on the hill. Bill Blaisdell, the Hoback Racing, Justin and Colton. I mean, show these guys where your kill switches are. Share that with everybody. Why not? Why not? Make it big and bright. Trust me. We need to have those kill switches easily accessible. It must have 2 working fire extinguishers, one within easy reach of the driver, no doubt. And then I would suggest one on the outside where Bill, Colton, those safety guys that are up on the hill can get to it easy enough. Okay. All right. So that's the VIN class. If you guys have any questions, now would be a great time. If I can't answer it, if we can't figure it out, then we'll go to Clyde with it and we'll get an answer for it. Okay? No fooling around. Just getting my shares in, y'all. Okay. You know what? I've had a lot of people talking to me about the youth class, the 170 class. So let's go over the UTV safety requirements. It's gonna mean everything from 170 on up to unlimited. Okay. UTV youth class. Let's start right with that. Get my shares in. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, UTV youth class. All front and side plastics must remain. Must maintain OEM chassis. Gusseting and cage upgrades are allowed for safety, though, and we definitely would recommend that. I haven't seen any wrecks that were too bad, but I've definitely seen some wrecks, and I would rather there be extra gusseting than not. One more share in y'all. Okay. Stock powertrain required. Okay, UTV stock class. All front and side plastics must remain. Bed deletes are allowed, though. Must maintain OEM chassis. Gusseting and cage upgrades are allowed for safety. Paul Wolf did a great walk around of all of his, broke his buggy down for us. And what he pushed all year long was that he took a stock Can-Am, bolted on a bunch of parts and went racing. Okay, he did do some Wolf Racing gusseting and work to the cage. Okay, but that's allowed. That's in there. But everything was bolt on or programmed. Evolution Power Sports helping him out with the power there. Everything was bolt on components. Go check that video out for sure. Give Wolf Racing a like and follow. Upgraded suspension and driveline components are allowed. Okay, so I remember All Good Racing, Wade, and Chris. I just got off the phone with Chris. They were saying besides shocks and the cage, it was pretty much they ran a stock Can-Am. Those things are race cars right out of the box. UTV Unlimited class. These guys are the ones that's the big dog. 6-point roll cage tied into frame. If roll cage is damaged or dented and jeopardizes the structural ability of the cage, NRA officials will determine if the rig is safe to race. All right. Again, guys, we just want y'all to be safe. I know it's a pain in the butt sometimes, but firewalls are required for drivers. No excuses no more, man. No excuses. Gotta have a firewall there. Custom chassis is allowed, but must maintain UTV-based components. You see these guys that build these custom chassis, man. They're Absolutely beautiful. So, upgraded suspension and drive lines are allowed. No straight axles are allowed. Okay, no straight axles. Safety requirements for all UTV classes. Okay, this goes for 170 on up to unlimited. Wrist restraints or window nets, roof panels are required. We got to keep your hands in there, man. We got to keep your hands in there. Hans devices, Hans neck brace is required. Foam neck braces are out. No more foam neck braces. 5-point harnesses is the minimum requirement for seatbelts. Okay. DOT helmet must be worn and buckled at all times. Must have a manual kill switch that shuts off fuel pump and ignition with one switch and is easily reached by the driver and passenger. You know, not going to have too many passengers. Definitely not in the 170 class. But again, make it known where those cutoff switches are. Fire suit must be worn 2-layer minimum. Must be worn while racing. Must have one fire extinguisher easily reached by the driver. Eye protection is required. All occupants must be secure before the car moves. No fail on that one. Registration closes prior to each event. This is to allow us to film the pre-race show and draw the running order. That's my job. Late registration may be allowed, but will be $100 added to the entry fees. Running order for late entries will be decided by the NRRA team. We may decline late registration depending on a number of entries. All right. So, I hate to be like that, man, but here's the deal. I am going to be all up in your face when we start the race season. You're going to see me a lot. Okay. We're going to be bringing you guys all the action in a way that you guys haven't ever seen rock bouncing before. I'm super excited. And drivers, I just want to put it out there, like, I'm gonna give you plenty of notice. Save yourself the money, please. Save yourself the money. All right. So we talked about the VIN class. The bouncer class has kind of been the same. I suppose we could go over it here just for a second. Unlimited class, roll cage tied into frame. If roll cage is damaged or dented, we kind of went over that before. But basically, the NRRA, if we see any damage on your chassis, we're going to look over it closely to make sure that it can still maintain rigidity if you were in an accident. NRRA RII system is required for bouncer class. That is that automatic kill switch. You see Colton Hoback standing out there on the hill, and he's got a little thing, looks like a walkie-talkie, that hangs from his neck right here. That will kill every single buggy within range. And he has had to use that before, and it's very, very important, guys. Please, it's expensive. I got it, but it's worth it. It's worth it. 5-point harness is the minimum requirements. No fail. DOT helmet must be worn and buckled at all times. Hans neck brace. We went over all this before. Any failure to meet these safety requirements can result in penalties. Wrist restraints, window nets, roof panels, fire suit, 2-layer minimum. Wrist restraints, we already went over that. Eye protection, all occupants must be secure before the car moves. 39-inch tire or bigger. Must have a manual kill switch. Again, these big buggies, man, with all that horsepower, all that fuel flowing, sometimes alcohol, dang, we need to have that ready to go. Billy McGrath, give me just a second. We're going to get to that, brother. Must have manual kill switch. We talked about that. Must have 2 working fire extinguishers, one within easy reach of the driver. Usually the other one is at the back of the buggy or somewhere where, again, the guy who is responding to your wreck can get to it easy. All right, Billy, here we go. Fire suppression is recommended for 2022. A lot of drivers are going to that. I know our champ, Timmy Cameron, is going to have one installed. So, it is going to be recommended for 2022 and mandatory in 2023. So you got a year to get it, y'all. But you know, don't scrimp on that stuff, man. Yeah, trust me. Please. Well, that's it, y'all. I really want to reiterate to you guys that the pre-registration, the second round, is going to be up on the 31st. I can't believe that it is all coming into Christmas now. But I'm going to turn my lights on so y'all can see me. I've been sitting in the dark. But get signed up, save yourself some cash, and I'm ready to kick off this new year already. I really haven't slowed down at all, and it's been great. It really has. For those of y'all who may be watching this for the first time, just a shameless plug. I also have a kind of a news or rock bouncer news show. It's called On the Hill with Nick, and I do a lot of post-production stuff, but I also do live interviews with drivers, builders, park owners, season or series managers, all the way from RC to UTV to big bouncers. We cover it all. So get on over to On the Nick. I'm on all social media platforms, as is the National Rock Racing Association. Did y'all know that we're on TikTok? Are you on TikTok? I know you're on TikTok, man. Are you on YouTube? You got a YouTube account? Go on over and check us out. Give us a like and follow. Trust me, I am really aiming to bring you guys rock bouncing in a different way in 2022, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. I really do. Listen, this has been great tonight. I probably won't see y'all for another couple of weeks, but if I don't see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Don't forget, what we're actually celebrating here. And again, prayers and thoughts going out to everybody affected in from all that weather that happened. Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, everywhere, man. We love y'all. I'm pretty speechless when it comes to that, but we love y'all for real. All right, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here, but thank you for joining. Thank you for hanging out, and hit me up if you have any questions about what we covered today. Pretty easy stuff. Okay, we'll see y'all very soon.